So a week or so ago, I attended the Grave Level show, the big finale of this. Really, it was a great big house that I only just discovered because I'm quite new to the city, but apparently for a few years it served as a jam space and a venue for occasional big house shows. And a few weeks ago, there was a big festival, 12 hours, 12 bands, and they played upstairs and downstairs. Sort of a really efficient rotating system was set up there in the house, and it pretty much ran off without a hitch. And I got to meet some fantastic people from the local community here, the local music scene. Chrisariffic was there from the Parts Unknown show, and I'm just about to play an interview with him. The house was it's like, sort of like way down Main Street, kind of near Little India. I think it was around Main and 40th, around between 40th and 50, somewhere way down there. And it was, yeah, I had a really great time. I brought my laptop along and I recorded a whole bunch of interviews with some of the artists who were playing there, anyone who was interested. And I'm going to play you now. This is a guy called Patrick, and he was the bass player from OK Vancouver. OK, listeners might have listened to my previous interview with Jeff from that band, but I'm going to try to play for you now the interview with Patrick, and then an interview from one of the other bands too. I'm joined here by Patrick, who played this afternoon with OK Vancouver. OK.
Yeah, that's true.
How often do you play with Jeff?
With Jeff, I play every time usually. So that means that there are some times when I don't play, but I'd say average 80% of the time.
Oh right, okay. And you're on the bass there.
I'm on the bass, yeah.
On the bass, yeah.
I'm playing the bass.
And how long have you been like playing around with Jeff?
Well, funny story there. Summer of 2007, I started playing with these neighbors of mine, the Greenbelt Collective. They're going to play up next, and Jeff's in that band. And then one day, I thought he was sort of a creep. He came up to me and he said, "Hey, you're gonna play in my band." And I said, "Oh yeah?" And he said, "Yeah, but we're gonna practice for 3 days straight, so bring a sleeping bag." And I didn't know him very well, so I did. Brought the sleeping bag and I went over there, and I was really intimidated, and he used scare tactics to get me to stay in the band, and so now I've been playing with him for 3 years, I guess.
Wow. Yeah. So the shackles have grown tight.
Yeah, and then sometimes he goes off to Europe. I don't go with him when he does that.
Okay.
My band's gone on tour with his band a number of times, and I play with him usually whenever he's in Vancouver.
And what's your band?
It's Woolmark.
Woolmark.
Yeah, that's the name of my band.
Oh, great. Are you're playing tonight?
I played an hour ago.
And that's great, Patrick. And what can you tell me about this scene? I've just recently discovered this scene here in Vancouver, and
well, Vancouver is a city of divided tastes, I think. There's a number of different scenes that are all somewhat insular, but this scene here today is a very close group of friends, all magnetized towards this house here, Grave Level. We've all played shows here before in the basement. I played in the living room at a birthday party a couple of years back. And all of our friends and girlfriends and ex-girlfriends and boyfriends and ex-boyfriends, and we are all connected somehow to this place.
Yeah. So, and an end of the era.
It's the end of the era. Yeah. I mean, it's not as much of an institution as some places in Vancouver, but there's a lot of good memories here.
Yeah. Sure. Well, this is great. Thanks so much for chatting, Patrick.
No problem.
So this is Patrick, who is currently playing bass with OK Vancouver. OK.
Okay.
I hope you enjoy the rest of the night.
Thank you. You too.
Well, thanks very much, Adam. We'll let you get back to the festivities. Okay, I'm talking to Adam from Like Animals again, who have played here in the Grave Level House. How are you, Adam?
Great.
Yeah. You've had a great time today?
It's pretty much been like a non-stop, relentless sort of attack. Top floor, bottom floor, top floor, bottom floor. There's always like different bands sort of kind of rapid fire, I guess. Yeah.
Oh yeah, multi-sensory overload, and but it's gone relatively smoothly. I mean, everything's on time, and
it's surprising how respectful everybody has been. You know, they're like, you know, we can play an extra song or two, but they figure like might as well be safer than sorry.
Yeah, that's a good point, and no need for spending millions of dollars on security like the Winter Olympics, because everyone's getting along really well here.
Yeah, exactly. That's the idea behind this. It's self-secured. You know, everybody sort of like takes care of each other.
Exactly.
It's pretty simple.
It is. It is. So, what can you tell me about your band?
I can tell you a lot of things. I guess one thing being that we're releasing a record in the next 2 months, actually June 25th at Funky Wicker Beans. We've just finished recording and mixing and mastering a new record.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah, so, you know, the lineup will be introduced shortly. At this point, we're releasing new songs on MySpace every 2 weeks.
Oh, great.
From the record, leading up to the show.
Okay. We could definitely play those here on the show. And as far as venues goes, I mean, we know this one's going to be kaput from today, but we can see you around town at various venues.
Yeah, we're playing, what is it, May 21st at Little Mountain. Collapsing Opposites is another band we're playing with.
And they're playing tonight as well here. Yeah, they are downstairs.
Oh, is that right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
They're playing at 8:30 or something?
Yeah.
Cool, yeah, it's Brian McCormick's band.
Cool. Well, thanks very much, Adam. We'll let you get back to the festivities. As will I. There's some bands to see.
Cool. It's good to meet you.
Thank you. So that was my interview with Adam from Like Animals Again, a local band here in Vancouver. And I caught up with him at the grave level gig that was happening just before the building was being demolished by the landlord. It was a really fantastic day, and before that was my interview with the bass player Jeff from OK Vancouver OK, a band that we've featured quite a bit on the show.
I'm Peter Mansbridge, and you're listening to CiTR 101.9 FM in Vancouver.
The big house that was the jam space, that is no more. That now is most likely a pile of rubble because the landlord decided that something had to be done. End of an era, and I was there to document that end of the era by interviewing some of the local artists, and one of them was actually our very own Chrisariffic, who is on air a little bit after me, after Alternative News at 1 o'clock. Everyone should be well familiar with Chris. And I'm just going to play right now the little chat that I had with him and what he had to say about that gig and the scene here. And he does have a musical request too that you'll hear. So this is Chrisariffic, a little bit earlier than what you would normally hear him. And he's right in the studio here. So, okay, here we go. Found Chrisariffic here, who is my Monday morning friend at CiTR. Chris, how are you?
Oh, fantastic. Thanks for having me to the grave level.
Oh, yeah.
Today we rock, tomorrow it's shambles. The wrecking ball destroys it, obliterates it.
But maybe it'll be like in the movies where this last minute thing happens, like some savior comes and the evil landlord, fades off into the sunset.
Maybe it could be a Taco Bell too.
It could be. It could be, or a Walmart.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it's already been a really fantastic time, so yeah, I'm sure there's more of the same.
Well, what can you tell me about this house? Like, do you know the history? Have you been here?
I've played here a couple times. This was the home of my friend Chris Martel, and a whole bunch of musicians and artists just came in. Used to be a practice space for a couple bands. One, my friend Adam Horn, he was in a band Like Animals Again. He lived here, and this was his practice space. And I guess maybe after that or during that, he started to do the odd show and stuff. It wasn't like too big and serious. Just that every once in a while you would have a show, and then this happened.
Yeah. Oh, and like it's a shame that it's shutting down, but do you expect another house like this to pop up? I mean, the spirit is in the community.
Always. Yeah, I mean, in Australia, do you feel that has there been kind of a nice community like that of musicians, the Spider Beats, the UMIs?
Well, I mean, in Melbourne is a city that's known for the musical community, so people helping each other out in housing and things like that to get by. So I think of all places, Melbourne would be the place where it's most common.
Yeah. But you were also telling me about Spiderbait, and that they were from like the smallest little burb, and that everyone was, well, I guess them most importantly were so amazed that they would get popular being in like the smallest little like kind of one-horse town.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, community can kind of be anywhere.
Well, exactly, and it's, I guess like-minded people get together, and then a band like Spiderbait was at a moment in time where they were able to join a bit of a zeitgeist.
Yeah.
So they found themselves being jettisoned from a small town into that Melbourne scene that sort of really gave them a head start, and they're quite a fantastic band that you played on your show.
Oh yes, very fantastic.
Oh, well, we'll play some Spiderbait for the listeners today.
Oh, please do.